Good afternoon, and welcome to another match of the 2023 Okaloosa Schools Academic Tournament. This year we have 7 schools from Okaloosa County going head-to-head in a double elimination tournament. These standout students will be displaying their knowledge of math, science, history, fine arts and literature, pop culture, and more to determine our tournament champion for 2023. I'm your host and moderator, Stella Versweibelt. Lisa Nall will be our timekeeper, while Eirik Zeller-Bernal and Nathan Fiorino will serve as our chief judges and make the final decisions on all things official. Eirik Zeller-Bernal is a flight test engineer. With a background in mechanical engineering and optimization techniques, he works on the test and evaluation of air-to-ground weapons at Eglin Air Force Base. Nathan Fiorino is a first lieutenant in the United States Air Force working as a developmental engineer in the Armament Directorate at Eglin Air Force Base. This is his first assignment as an active duty officer. He has a background in aerospace engineering with a bachelor's from The Ohio State University and a master's from the Air Force Institute of Technology. Today's teams are from Crestview High School and Niceville High School. We're going to take a quick break to hear from our Okaloosa schools, and we'll be back shortly to introduce our coaches and our teams. Stay tuned. Welcome back. Let's go ahead and introduce our coaches and our teams for today's match. From Niceville High School, our coach is Mr. Justin Reichert, and our team members are
Adam Jarvis, Jr.
Kendall Small, Senior.
Vivian Price, Senior.
Jubei Matheson, Jr.
And from Crestview High School, our coach is Miss Erica Kennedy, and our team members are
Sophia Rivera, Senior.
Isaiah Norris, Senior.
Ananda Husto, Senior.
Leah Fickling, Senior.
Okay, now we'll get started with toss-up question number 1. The subject is miscellaneous. The world record for this event is now 6.2 meters, set in 2022 by Frenchman Mondo Duplantis. The object used in this event was once made of bamboo or aluminum, but is now usually either made of fiberglass or carbon fiber in order to bend more without breaking. Identify this track and field event. Niceville.
High jump.
That is incorrect. I'm going to start the question over for Crestview, okay? The world record for this event is now 6.2 meters, set in 2022 by Frenchman Mondo Duplantis. The object used in this event was once made of bamboo or aluminum, but is now usually either made of fiberglass or carbon fiber in order to bend more without breaking. Identify this track and field event in which jumpers travel vertically and not horizontally.
Pole vault.
That's correct. Your bonus question is in math. Pencils and paper ready. 2 6-sided dice are rolled in each turn of the game, the Settlers of Catan. John receives wheat whenever 9 is rolled, wool whenever a 10 is rolled, and must move the robber whenever a 7 is rolled. For each roll, give the fractional probability in lowest terms that John, part A, receives wheat.
9, so it's only 2 combinations. 2 combinations, so it's 1/6.
Okay, I believe you. 1/6.
That is incorrect. Part B is that he moves the robber.
So that's 7 out of 12. Question mark? I don't know how to.
There's 3 possibilities of being 7.
There's 3 and 4.
Okay, so we see. 3 out of
1/4. 1/4.
1/4.
That is incorrect. The answer was 1/6. And for the first part, it was 1/9. Toss-up question number 2 is in history. Known as the City of Sails, this city is named for a British earl who was then Viceroy of India. This largest city in its country is also the city with the largest Polynesian population. Located on its country's North Island, name this largest city in New Zealand.
Wellington.
That is incorrect. Niceville.
Auckland.
That's correct. Your bonus question is in science. Answer these about orders of birds. Part A. The order of passerine birds have 3 toes pointing forward and 1 pointing backward, which allows them to do this on a wire or tree branch.
Yeah.
Grasp. Perch.
Perch.
That's correct.
Nice.
Part B. The superorder Paleognathai consists of very large birds that don't do this.
Fly.
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 Correct. Okay, toss-up number 3 is in math. Pencils and paper ready. In terms of pi, give the area of a circle with diameter 38 inches. Niceville.
361 pi.
Can you be more specific?
361 pi inches squared.
That is correct. Okay. Your bonus is in social sciences. Identify these main islands of Japan. Part A. Visitors to this smallest of the 4 main islands can take an 88-temple Buddhist pilgrimage.
Okay, it's not Honshu. It could be Kyushu.
It's not Hokkaido.
Okay, well, I think it's Kyushu then maybe.
Okay.
Kyushu?
That is incorrect. The name was Shikoku.
Oh, so the one we did.
Part B. 80% of the Japanese population lives on this largest island.
Honshu?
That is correct. Okay, toss-up number 4 is in science. This object has types called C, M, S, and Trojan, often found in a belt area between Mars and Jupiter. Name this flying space.
Asteroids.
That is correct. Your bonus is in literature. It tells the story of Jurgis, a Lithuanian immigrant working in the Chicago stockyards. Part A. Name this Upton Sinclair novel.
Jungle, yes.
The Jungle?
That's correct. Part B. Because people saw the novel's uncleanness in the meatpacking industry and not Jurgis's politics and suffering, Sinclair later said, I aimed at the public's heart, and by accident I hit it in the...
That would be stomach?
That's correct.
Nice.
Toss-up number 5 is in social studies. The Gulf of Aqaba is the northeastern section of this body of water, while the Gulf of Suez is its northwestern section, and the Gulf of Aden is at its southern end. Niceville.
The Red Sea?
That is correct. Bonus number 5 is in fine arts. Answer these about 2-word operas whose first word is dawn. Part A. The title character of this Verdi opera is the son of Philip II, King of Spain.
That makes no sense, I think. Don Juan?
That is incorrect. Is Don Carlo. Part B. The title character of this Mozart opera is dragged down to hell by a statue of the Commendator.
Don Juan?
That is incorrect. It's Don Giovanni is the correct answer. That was a tough one for all of us. Okay, toss-up number 6 is in fine arts. Types of this substance used in art include vellum, marbled, textured, gloss, crepe, the craft type used to make grocery bags, and scrapbook. Name this substance also used to make origami figures. Crestview.
Paper.
That is correct. Your bonus is a miscellaneous subject. Answer these about movies set during the Holocaust. Part A. This Steven Spielberg film tells of a Nazi who saves Jews from concentration camps by hiring them to do work in his factories.
Schindler's List. Maybe. That's Steven Spielberg movie. I know that's Schindler's List.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List.
Schindler's List.
That's correct.
Good job.
Part B. In the film Jacob the Liar, Robin Williams plays Jacob, a Jewish man in a Warsaw ghetto who keeps up optimism by telling stories he claims to hear from his secret to hear from his secret one of these communication devices?
Okay. Radio?
Yes, that's correct. Number 7 toss-up is in math. Pencils and paper ready. Calculate the velocity at time t equals 2 seconds of a particle whose movement x is described by the equation x equals t cubed minus 5t squared plus 7t minus 11. Crestview,
-9.
can you repeat that?
-9.
That is incorrect. Niceville, do you have an answer? Oh, sorry. Niceville,
1.
can you repeat that?
1.
That is incorrect. It's -1 units per second. Okay, moving on to toss-up number 8 is in social studies. Days after Pearl Harbor, this island was conquered by the Japanese after stiff U.S. resistance, but reverted to the U.S. after World War II. Named for a British sailor that visited it in 1796, a seaplane base and hotel were built on this island to allow overnight refueling between Hawaii and Guam. Identify this Pacific island whose motto is, "Where America's Day Really Begins." Crestview.
Midway.
That is incorrect. Niceville, do you have an answer?
Wake Island.
That's correct.
Okay.
Your bonus is in math. Pencils and paper ready. Answer these problems using exponents. Part A, y to the 5th times y to the -12th.
Y to the negative
Y to the
7th.
next 7th.
Y to the -7th.
That's correct. Part B, z to the -5th cubed.
So that'd be z to the negative
Z to
15th.
the next
Z to the
15th.
-15th.
That is correct. All right. Okay, so that is the end of the first half. We'll be back with the scores after these messages.
I chose to come to collegiate high school because you get free college and your high school diploma at the same time, and that's the best opportunity for any high school student.
I wanted to grow as an individual, and so I decided to move here to not be grouped into these different categories that you'd find in like traditional high schools.
I came to collegiate because I wanted to get used to college work and just being in a college environment before I actually move on to a bigger university.
The thing that makes Collegiate High different from other schools in Okaloosa County is that we're a small school. Students that attend the Collegiate High School are not just a number. We know students by name because of the small school atmosphere.
So what's great about this school is that all the faculty are here to help you.
They want them to excel in their academic life and personal life.
At the other schools, I felt like I wasn't quite being challenged enough in all the fields, but here it's like, you have teachers that teach you well, and they teach you what's going to be applied in the future.
Many students think that if you go to collegiate, you can't play sports, you can't be in music, you can't be a high school student, but I still went to homecoming. I still went to the football games, I had fun with all my friends, and collegiate doesn't take that away from you. It adds on to your amazing personality.
In order to be successful at Collegiate High School, motivation, student motivation. You have to be academically motivated because you'll be academically challenged.
But when you go to a university, they'll see that you're dedicated and you're willing to take the course load that you'll be taking.
Let's say if you come one thought. This thought is that you are unstoppable. Because if you come here thinking, there's going to be too much work, there will be. It's not an easy school, it's a tough school. But you're going to come, and if you come thinking that nothing will stop, you will be successful, and you will be a college student.
Welcome back. We have a halftime score of Niceville 115 and Crestview 40. Niceville has one substitution, and the student will introduce herself.
Kira Tupper, Jr.
All right, let's begin the second half. The toss-up question is in science. The prosimians are one small group within this order of animals that also includes the lorisids, the marmosets, and the lemurs. Named by Linnaeus for being the highest order of animals, what order of mammals that often have opposable thumbs includes gorillas?
Primates.
That is correct. Crestview, your bonus is in history. Answer these about tourist attractions in Lausanne, Switzerland. Part A. The Lausanne Cathedral was completed in 1235 in this architectural style famed for pointy arches and flying buttresses.
Is that Gothic?
Is it? Try Gothic. That's the only one I know. Gothic.
That's correct. Part B. The Olympic Museum was built by this Frenchman who founded the International Olympic Committee and got the modern Olympics going to Athens in 1896.
I don't know French people.
Me neither.
I don't know a single French name.
Jacques Olympic.
That is incorrect. The answer was Pierre de Coubertin. Toss-up number 10 is in language arts. In the plastic packaging called PET and in the bioplastics PLA and PHA, the P stands for what four-letter Greek prefix meaning many? Niceville.
Polly.
That's correct. Your bonus is in fine arts. Name the painters of these works owned by the Art Institute of Chicago and featured on its What to See in an Hour webpage. Part A is A Sunday on La Grande Jatte.
Oh, that's pointillism. So, what's his face?
It's a French person, I think.
It is.
Time.
The answer was Georges Seurat. Part B, the old guitarist from his blue period.
Picasso.
Picasso.
That's correct. Toss-up number 11 is in math. Pencils and paper ready. Give the two binomial factors of the trinomial x squared plus 5x minus 36. Niceville.
X plus 9 and X minus 4.
That's correct. Your bonus is in social sciences. Identify these terms related to international travel. Part A. A stamp in a passport that lets you visit another country for a specific period of time.
Visa.
That's correct. Part B. The person in a fancy hotel who helps you with reservations and tickets to local attractions.
Concierge.
That would make sense, I think. Concierge.
That is correct. Toss-up number 12 is in history. Born in Kansas, he retired to the farm in Gettysburg where he had previously entertained Nikita Khrushchev, Charles de Gaulle, and Winston Churchill. When he left office, he warned America about the military industrial... Niceville. Yes, that's correct.
What?
Bonus 12 is a miscellaneous subject. Name the coaches of these men's college basketball teams who have held their positions for at least 10 years. Part A, Purdue.
John.
That is incorrect. It is Matt Painter. Part B, Syracuse.
Lucas.
Nope, it's
Only we had
Jim
two
Boeheim. All right, toss-up number 13 is in literature. This fantasy work is divided into 4 parts, including The Ill-Made Knight, that tells of Sir Lancelot, and The Queen of Air and Darkness, that develops the idea of a round table. Name this T.H. White. Niceville.
The Once and Future King.
That is correct. Your bonus is in history. Fill in the blanks in these lines from the Declaration of Independence. Part A. We hold these truths to be...
Self-evident.
Self-evident.
That's correct. And Part B, for depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by...
Jury.
Jury or is it like
Due
the
process.
people
Due
that-
process.
Maybe due process. Due process.
That is incorrect. It was jury. Trial by jury. All right, toss-up number 14 is in social sciences. The 2022 governor's race in this state pitted Secretary of State Katie Hobbs against former TV news anchor Carrie Lake. In August 2022, what state's Governor Doug Ducey ordered shipping containers to be double-stacked, welded together, topped with razor wire, and installed along his state's border with Mexico near Crestview?
Texas.
That is incorrect. I'll repeat the question for Niceville. The 2022 governor's race in this state pitted Secretary of State Katie Hobbs against former TV news anchor Carrie Lake. In August 2022, what state's Governor Doug Ducey ordered shipping containers to be double-stacked, welded together, topped with razor wire, and installed along his state's border with Mexico near the city of Yuma?
California?
That is incorrect. The answer was Arizona.
Shipping containers.
Toss-up number 15 is in literature. This author's work in finding the long-lost crown jewels of his native Scotland earned him the title Sir in 1820. After writing most of his famous works like The Bride of Lammermoor and Rob Roy, he went bankrupt when a banking crisis destroyed his publishing business. Name this author of the novels Waverley and Ivanhoe. Crestview.
James Joyce.
That is incorrect. Niceville, do you have an answer?
Keats.
That is also incorrect. The answer was Sir Walter Scott. Toss-up number 16 is a miscellaneous subject. Credited with developing the alley-oop play with his USF teammates Casey Jones, the finals MVP in his sport is now named for this man who died in July 2022. Name this legendary center who...
Bill Russell.
That's correct. Your bonus, Crestview, is in science. Answer these about catalysts. Part A. This precious metal in a car's catalytic converter helps convert carbon monoxide to carbon dioxide.
I don't know it, but we were taught this today.
Platinum or something.
Couldn't tell you.
Is it the cobalt? Is it the cobalt mines? I think it's cobalt.
Ooh. Oh.
Say it.
Cobalt.
Time.
That is incorrect. The answer was platinum. Part B. Iron is a catalyst in the creation of this compound through the Haber process.
Rust. I don't know.
Yeah, it sounds right. Rust.
That is incorrect. The answer was ammonia. Toss-up number 17 is in history. This country's House of Bourbon has ruled since 1700, but with three major interruptions: the Italian Prince Amadeo from the House of Savoy, the 5-year period when the country was ruled by Napoleon Bonaparte's brother. Niceville?
Italy.
That is incorrect. So I'll start the question over for Crestview. This country's House of Bourbon has ruled since 1700 with three major interruptions: the Italian Prince Amadeo from the House of Savoy, the 5-year period when the country was ruled by Napoleon Bonaparte's brother Joseph, and the Republic of the 1930s that preceded a 3-decade dictatorship. What European country's current Bourbon monarch is King Philippe VI, the son of Juan Carlos I?
Spain.
That's correct. Crestview, your bonus is in literature. Answer these about the poetic form known as an idyll, from which we get the word idyllic. Part A. This British poet laureate wrote Idylls of the King about King Arthur.
Who wrote that?
I don't know. It's
Shakespeare.
a really British name.
Shakespeare.
Shakespeare.
No, that is incorrect. The answer was Lord Tennyson. Part B. Andrew Banjo Patterson's An Idyll of Dandaloo tells of a horse race in a small town in this country.
Horse race in small town.
England.
America.
No, they don't do that there.
America.
Scotland.
Ireland somewhere.
Ireland. I'm gonna say
Time.
England.
Time is up. The answer was Australia.
Match.
That's the end of the match. We'll be back in a few minutes to announce the final score. we have a final score of Niceville 190 and Crestview 75. Thank you to all the students who participated in today's match, and thank you viewers for tuning in to watch this exciting event. We'd also like to thank our corporate sponsors, Microsystems Incorporated and Master Wall Incorporated. Stay tuned next time for further tournament action, and good night.